Good morning. Welcome to the Universalist Unitarian Church of Peoria. I am not the Reverend Jennifer Innes. Unfortunately, my wife, the Reverend Jennifer Innes, is sick today with whatever is going around, along with our teenage son. So I am the Reverend Patrick Price. I am filling in for her today, and I hope I do an adequate job for you. It is a joy to serve with this congregation of people of all ages and stages of life. And to give you some idea of what we're all about, let me tell you about our mission. We say that here we embrace joy, enrich connections, encourage growth, and empower dreams. What we mean is that we celebrate the good things whenever we can. We provide opportunities to strengthen relationships. We want both to grow as individuals and to welcome more people into this community. And we want to help you in your personal dream to make the world and your life better. We also take to heart our connection with this world. This land is the ancestral home of the Peoria peoples. They and other nations were here long before the first European settlers came to this continent. And we honor the Peoria people for who they were and for who they are today. I want to take a moment to extend a very warm welcome to everyone who's visiting with us for the first time, whether that's in person or online. It is no small effort to look around and venture into an established community. Thank you for finding us. Thank you for being here. See the ushers for name tags and other information. Stay for coffee after the service if you are here in person or for conversation, and for your own refreshments if you are online. Please, now I ask you to set your worship devices to worship mode. We recognize that some people need to maintain some sort of an electronic device for alerts and things. Please do so in an as unobtrusive a fashion as possible. I have a few notes here today. For today's service draws on our national effort of our Unitarian Universalist Association to connect and reconnect with our care for and advocacy for our planet. We draw on these resources to create the service back in September for the official climate justice revival. But paying attention to the climate is not an annual event, and so we return to the earth today. This is also a day that we recognize in the Western contemporary pagan community, the calendar for days that are alternately known as Candlemas, Imbolc, and Bridget, as a celebration of the Irish Celtic goddess Bridget and the things she represents. Please note, we seem to have more attempts to impersonate Reverend Jennifer Innes online, usually making requests for money and other things, and asking for financial help and scam people out of money. Do not respond to these fake requests. Check with the administration team and report them as soon as possible. Next Sunday morning is a chance to create and practice elevator speeches. How many of you know what an elevator speech is? Good. For those of you who don't, you're going to learn. Well, we have just a few seconds to answer a question that somebody may walk into an elevator and they would say, "What's a Unitarian Universalist?" And you have until you get to the top floor of whatever building to tell them what a Unitarian Universalist is, or what Unitarian Universalism is, or why you are a Unitarian Universalist. So come and practice with Steve Fairbanks and Jennifer Stubbs on February 8th. Now I invite you now to turn to our opening hymn, number 361 in our gray hymnal and on the screen, and to please rise in body or spirit for Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. opening words.
As surely as we belong to the universe, by Reverend Margaret Kite. As surely as we belong to the universe, we belong together. We join here to transcend the isolated self, to reconnect, to know ourselves to be at home, here on earth, under the stars, linked with each other.
Today we invite Scouting America to come and light our chalice for us.
Committed to respond to the call of a wounded world, we join together this day with loving hearts, hands, and minds. Embracing the interconnected web of water, air, and earth, we light a fire of sustaining hope, ever bright with love and justice. May we bring forth this day new wisdom, strength, and courage to create a new world, not of wealth, but well-being. A world of new peace and abundance to all. As we give thanks to this earth, our shared and singular home, may we dedicate ourselves to its ongoing care, rising the call deep within us and all around us. May we respond today with always courage and with love.
For the denomination-wide climate justice revival, the planning team of that organization commissioned an anthem to celebrate not just today and that day, but to carry forward in years to come, identifying our work for climate justice. The talented musicians, Leah Morris and Adam Pod, have gifted us with the song entitled Part of It. It calls us to choose survival and make an art of it. Poetic ways of stating that we are committed to working for a flourishing world. Because of our care of the planet and all of its creatures is an existential task. The lyrics reflect a sense of urgency as well as passion, dedication, and joy in the work. The song also calls us to curiosity, humility, creativity, and grace. The work does not fall on one person's shoulders alone. Contributions individuals make are part of the solution. We must ground our solutions in community care with love at the center. Let's reimagine together.
There's an eternal sacred circle. We are part of it. There's an eternal sacred circle. We are part of it. We are only part of it. There's a divine and loving wisdom. We respond. As one voice we choose survival, and we start to make an art of it. Now is our moment for revival. We're at the heart of it, and we are only part of it. We are only part of it. We are a part. We are part of it. We're at the heart. We're at the heart of it. We are a part. We are part of it. We're at the heart. We're at the heart of it. We are only part of it. We are only part of it.
Let us enter into a time of reflection. You are invited to come forward to light candles within the embrace of this circle of care. For those who are in line, let these candles also be for you. Let us enter into this music for meditation. Let there rise among us a spirit of compassion. Let our hearts be warmed by the presence of our whole human family. May our memories be sparked to recall how nothing human is alien to any of us. In this hour of quiet reflection, may we be summoned to recognize our own pain, the pain of others, and to offer kind hearts and willing hands to the service of the Spirit and the human search for meaning. This is the time for the sharing of the joys and sorrows and concerns among us. We offer our condolences to the family of Lucy McCrae. Lucy died on Tuesday at home in the care of her family. Her memorial service will be held here in the congregation on February 7th at 1 p.m. All are welcome. We give our sympathies to Burton Raeb and Lisa Nelson Raeb. Burton's youngest son, Amos, took his life on January 29th. We offer our care and support to the family for such a deep loss. Thank you to everyone who contributed to yesterday's funeral for Keith Berry. Cinda Thompson, his wife of nearly 30 years, and Keith's family felt supported. Thank you to the American Legion Post 2, including Gary Hall, for the military funeral honors at his graveside. There is one minor note from that service. A black winter coat was missing at the end of yesterday's memorial service, and if you accidentally took the wrong coat by mistake, please return it to the church office. Also, BJ and Terrence Lindsay, Terrence's mom, Joanne Lindsay, is in hospice care after a recent decline in health. Concerns also, let's be mindful of our Mother Earth's needs that she may fulfill the role of keeper of the people's natural world. And from Regina Stanley, remembering my grandmother who passed away 1 year ago tomorrow, she is always in our hearts. Let us take a moment more in shared quiet and let this circle expand to include all names, milestones, joys, and sorrows that are with us, whether spoken or silent. Whether we call upon the holy by many names or by one or by none, we invoke sometimes the specific name of one to be with us and to help us. Today is such a day. Dear Goddess, O bright Bridget, we need you now more than any time we have yet known. You are the flowing river in our hearts and the streaming air in our souls. The burning fire of autumn oaks pulses in our chests and makes us sob with pleasure and love and healing, for you are with us. I weep in joy and love for the hope of children and the promises of learning, for the community of our present selves and the power to be more than we are, for the power to shape, to bend, to mold, to create, and renew ourselves in this world you love. Dear Bridget, we spin headlong in this sheer, indescribable ecstasy of hearts in mutual discovery and the dance of truth selves with each other. You are here in all things you partake, and they of you, and I of you, and you of me, and you of all, and each of its own. Lead us through our adversity into the bright day and the starry night. Your bidding brought me here, and I count upon you to guide me on. Make steady in me the courage to succeed and the compassion to lead. Help us to find the strength and the art to follow. All is possible in you. You are the scholar's lamp, the pilgrim's fire, the warmth of the hearth, and the heat of life's desire. Blessed are you, O Bridget, and we in you. Let us hold one more moment together and breathe. Amen. Salam, shalom, blessed be. And now it is a time for all ages.
For the start of our Time for All Ages, I'd like to invite all of our Scouting America Scouts forward. If you're in Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, Venture Scouts, come on up and join me. We have so many Scouts of all kinds in our church, and we like to recognize them on their special days. Today is Scout Sunday for Scouting America. It recognizes the birthday of what was formerly known as the Boy Scouts of America. So I welcome our Scouts, and Calvin and Heidi will share the oath and the law with you today.
The Scout Law: trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Make the Scout sign.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout Law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Thank you for starting us off like that. Are there any others in the congregation who were in that organization? I think it's a pretty good organization to be involved in. Thank you for coming up today. Now for our Time for All Ages. Sometimes we have big jobs ahead of us, and sometimes we don't quite think we're up for that task. But you know what? I think you are. I think all of us here can do hard things together. And today, we're going to take a minute to affirm that, to say, yes, we have what it takes to do hard things. Specifically, we're going to say that we can do what needs to be done for climate justice for this planet. I have some helpers today. Regina is going to be at a table in the back, and Holly is going to be at a table up here, and I'll be at the table straight up front. And if you would like to come to receive a blessing, we'll pour some water over your hands and say these words. And if you're at home or you want to have more of a private moment, you can hold your hands in front of you and cup them and say the words to yourself. The words will say, "Our friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice, and I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done to care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere." So we invite you to head to one of the stations and receive a blessing if you'd like. Thank you all for participating. May we know that we are truly what we need in this world. I invite the kids and the volunteers to join me for religious education, and you can sing them out to Go Now in Peace.
The offering that we take each Sunday is an opportunity to recommit to this place and to these people. It is as much a ritual as singing together or lighting our chalice or lighting candles each week. It is a reminder that a form of love we call generosity. It is how we show that we believe it is important to worship together, to help our community, and to say yes to the values of this faith. We also send a portion of our resources out into the world through our Share the Plate practice. Each week, we set aside half of the undesignated plate for an organization that is doing good work here in Peoria. This month's Share the Plate recipient is Peoria Proud. Peoria Proud supports diversity and equity throughout the greater Peoria area. The coalition creates safe spaces for the LGBTQ+ community by hosting the River City Pride Festival, advocating for pro-LGBTQ+ legislation, safe zone training, and much more. They work to create spaces where all LGBTQ+ people feel safe and are welcomed. Again, half of the undesignated plate goes to Peoria Proud this month. Please use the envelopes in the pews to indicate the use of your donation, or go to the QR code in the order of service. Thank you for your kind support of this church and its mission. The morning offering will now be gratefully received. Will the ushers please come forward? This morning's service is part of a national effort to re-engage and fill our cup around environmental concerns. The Unitarian Universalist Climate Justice Revival title is Reimagine Together, from an extractive age to a new era. This is a project of the UU Climate Justice Coalition and friends with financial support from Revival sponsors. The Revival builds on decades of faithful and visionary UU climate and environmental leadership and is designed to encourage collaboration amongst congregational teams and break down silos. Together, we can move past systems and cultures of extraction to usher in a new era with love and justice at the center of our climate actions. As we enter into the first weeks of this new administration and are still learning about the impacts of the disasters such as the fires in Los Angeles, we want to think and connect about our Earth. There is so much that distracts us from the environment and the climate crisis. It is easy to feel that the work is impossible and too much. But today, we lean on each other's wisdom and find strength again. Jennifer and I would like to thank our colleague, the Reverend Dr. Omega Burkhart, for the use of her sermon, which we will hear in just a moment. In the meantime, let us sing our hymn, number 1064, Blue Boat Home, from UU musician Peter Mayer. It is in the teal hymnal and also on the screen. Please rise in body or spirit as you're willing and able.
We're going to come to terms with this hymn. Is that up next? Are we doing the hymn now? No. Yes. I don't think you've ever heard this introduction. The first time I played Blue Boat Home, I played the introduction, you guys just stood there like, what's going on? So, I'm going to teach it to you today. It's a neat introduction. I think you sing well, so you're going to catch on. So here's the tune if you've forgotten. This is the introduction that they put in the book. I don't understand. It's not working. I'm doing this stuff. You're going. You know the tune, right? Okay. Here go two of these little things, and then I'm going to yell at you or glare at you. Okay, just two this time.
Our sermon is We Have What We Need, Embracing Joyfully Wild-Built Systems of Mutual Care by the Reverend Dr. Omega Burkhart. How do we embrace joy, rekindle excitement, and reimagine new ways of working towards intersectional climate justice? Maybe one of the answers comes from outside of our human shared perspectives. Maybe we take a cue from nature-loving robot built in the wilds named Moscap. The solar punk novella Psalm for the Wild, built by Becky Chambers, is a love letter to mutual support, just and harmonious relationship building, and natural systems of which humans are only one part. Sibling Dex, one of the protagonists, is a monk whose vocation calls them to travel between communities, serving tea and offering a space of accompaniment for the grief-worn and the weary. On their travels, Sibling Dex meets an unlikely companion, a wild-built sentient robot named Splendid Speckled Moscap. As their friendship unfolds, Moscap and Dex discover they hold a similar guiding question on their individual but overlapping journeys. What do humans need? As the unlikely duo adventures through the wilderness, Moscap and Dex, the robot born of the forest who longs to learn about humans, and the urban monk who revels in the solitary life of travel between villages, find companionship as they learn about themselves and the world. The unfolding friendship between Moscap and Dex teaches us how mutual support not only ensures each other's survival, but that there is joy in supporting each other's thriving. For this duo living in a world where climate justice is normal means centering relationships over capitalism, natural systems for their inherent worth and interspecies love and respect over extractive practices. It centers beauty, imagination, play, dancing, and sharing good food with companions. These lessons from a fictional world suggest to us that the answer to the question of what do humans need is mutual support. Humans supporting humans and finding joy in healing our world. What humans also need is to honor other natural systems and support their flourishing because of the inherent worth, not just for what humans can extract from them. What humans need are thriving ecosystems, clean waterways for us and the flora and fauna who depend upon them, and renewable sources of energy that work in harmony with nature, not at the cost of its depletion. There are many truths that we humans have uncovered as we work towards intersectional climate justice. Many of us have been engaged for years, and we may have grown weary and frustrated. We also understand how climate justice affects the most vulnerable. Its unequal distribution of damage is experienced by those who historically have the least power to change it. And there is another truth that is starting to emerge. We have who and what we need for reimagined climate justice centered in love. We have what we need when we honor that at our core as humans, we want to live fulfilled lives. And we want other beings to live fulfilled and healthy lives too. We have what we need when we remember that we are a part of nature and natural systems and not outside of them. We have what we need when we affirm, as the narrator of Wild Built reminds us, that human-made constructs prioritize the healing of the not humanly constructed. We have what we need when we honor the weariness of an uncertain world. Yes, but also when we remember that a dystopian future is not foretold. We have what we need when we work towards brightness, towards a world of justice-driven thriving, where a healthy climate and natural systems are reflective of and sustained by and celebrated by healthy humans, and we are sustained by them in turn. To be excited that we are doing this all over the world and that there is power in this fellowship and connection. This is also a truth and a need. Whether the work of intersectional climate justice focuses on indigenous plants and shade justice in urban Los Angeles, or the work of the elimination of agricultural practices brought by colonization to the Midwest, or the work of creating training programs for members of the global majority to enter environmental justice careers on the Eastern Seaboard, you, the spirit-filled climate justice workers, you are affirmed. Your work is important. Your work is the spiritual work of reimagining and renewing our promises to one another and to the planet. Your climate work is already putting love at the center. You are what people need. You are what people need to heal this world. I need you. We need each other. And the good news is that we already have what we need. Let's celebrate it. Let us get excited about it. Let us be transformed by our unlikely and globe-spanning companionships, our faith built on generosity and interconnectedness. May we revel in our unlikely companionships, like the T. Chaplin sibling decks and the wild-built robot Splendid Speckled Mosscap. In the solar punk novella that imagines a flourishing world built through strengthening relationships, may our faith be reinvigorated by knowing that there is good work, joyful work, and successful work already being done. May we offer a respite, a cup of tea to the weary, yes, but may we also make a celebratory space for the reimagining of our intersectional, unstoppable, and unfathomable strength to make change in this world. Please join us now in our closing hymn. For the Earth, Forever Turning, number 163 in your gray hymnals and on the screen.
Good morning. Our final words today, Our Light Goes Everywhere by Peggy Clark. Knowing how quickly the flame of truth may be extinguished, how easily the chalice of fellowship broken, let us be vigilant in faith. Keep peace in our hearts and make care for one another the watchword of our lives together. And so our light goes out everywhere into the world.
Go in peace, speak the truth, give thanks each day. Respect the earth and her creatures, for they are alive like you. Care for your body. It is a wondrous gift. Live simply, be of service. Be guided by your faith and not your fear. Go lightly on your path and walk in a sacred manner. Amen, and blessed be.